All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to your Thursday night team call. It is the 30th. Oh, my gosh, it's July 30th. 2 more days left in the month. I'm really excited to see so many people on this call. I have a feeling it has something to do with our topic. Couple things. We're going to do some recognition, and I just want to do some announcements, but I'm going to start with recognition because we had a ridiculous amount of emeralds pop this week, and my guess is some of it has to do with the fact it's the last Wednesday of the month. And what happens when it's the last Wednesday of the month is that is the cutoff for the lead program for the following month. So if you hit emerald by the last Wednesday of the month, which was last night, then you are now part of our customer lead program. And if you hit Success Club 5 in July, which many of the emeralds usually do because 2 coaches get you Success Club 4, then you are not only getting free leads, you're getting the Success Club paying leads. So it's 2 income streams coming in. And so I think that's why we had so many, a few even just popped last night. So hopefully I'll say all your names correctly, but congratulations to our new emeralds, Tara Saranich, Marie Doyle. Congratulations to Rachel Bliss. Nick Brunette hit emerald. Jackie Sanchez is a new emerald coach. Ray Ramirez just hit today. And Jennifer McFadder hit emerald. So awesome job, guys. That's really so important, especially when we're starting a brand new month and we have something like the Team Cup. It's really where the foundation of our business starts. And as soon as you hit emerald, you should all be thinking, now what? Now you're an emerald. The next step is a stable emerald. And a stable emerald is when you have at least 2 to 3 coaches on each leg. So your goal is going to be to always be thinking about the next 2 coaches. Because if someone holds their Shakeology or someone returns something, guess what? You just lost your rank. You lose your the cycle bonuses that you have that you're holding onto, and you also are no longer part of the customer lead program. So, excuse me. When is school coming back in session? Okay, so some announcements. Okay, so the sneak peek, we are in day 4. So 2 things I want to talk about on the sneak peek really quick. 1, a lot of you are not utilizing this absolutely amazing tool. Guys, if you're not sure what it is, please have a conversation with your upline. There was, and I didn't count, but maybe 12 coaches have coaches in the sneak peek, maybe a little bit more. There's 1,500 on the downline. So you need to get your coaches or your prospects in the sneak peek, okay? Now, there's 100 people in there, which is awesome. But so what that tells me is the coaches taking advantage of the sneak peek are really taking advantage of it. I have coaches in there that have 7, 8 prospects. You don't have any, you have to ask yourself, am I really inviting? Am I really doing that very important piece of my power hour? You don't have anybody, not one person in that. I'm going to challenge you to make sure that never happens again. Okay? We have a sneak peek every single month. Now, if you have prospects in the sneak peek, you better be in there looking, talking, engaging them, following the posts. Okay? That is your responsibility. I've seen a couple of you, but guys, you know, this is part of the job. So make sure you're getting in there and make sure that you are following your prospects. So one of your calls to action tonight is you're going to private message every single prospect in the sneak peek and just say, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. How do you feel the sneak peek is going? What do you like about it? That's all you're going to ask, and you're going to wait for a reply, okay? And if they don't reply, you're going to send a similar message on Friday morning, okay? All right, next, Team Cup. If you are not on a Team Cup, there is still time. After this call, I want you to post a Wild Impact that you don't have a cup and let your upline know. If you're on a Team Cup, you should be in our Wild Impact August Team Cup page. Just search for it. That's what it's called, Wild Impact August Team Cup or Team Cup August, okay? Or ask your upline, why am I not in this page? Get in the Wild Impact page, okay? Because it's an awesome place. There's 125 of us, and we're all going to push each other and motivate each other. We make great little collages. Get yourself in that page. Coach Basics starts Monday. So new coaches, make sure your name is on the document and Wild Impact files, Coach Basics. It's going to be changing a little bit, but so far it's about a 22 to 25 day program. And the focus is on getting you a customer base of 3 customers, so you're earning your Shakeology for free, and to get you to Emerald. And I think that has a little bit to do with our list of Emeralds, is that it really focused on inviting to the business. Okay. Why did I just get a Zoom message? I hope this doesn't disconnect. I just got a Zoom message. I'm going to ignore this. Sorry, guys, bear with me. You've logged in from another device. Messenger is now inactive. I didn't log in from another device. All right, if for some reason this call fails, I'm going to post a new link because this thing scares me. Okay, but we're all still here. Greg, are you here? Greg?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool.
I'm here.
Okay, so we're going to start with our guest speaker, who many of you know, and if you don't, you're going to meet this evening. So I asked Greg Plaskett to speak with all of us tonight. So a little bit about Greg. He signed up in July of 2011. He actually was at the gym I was at in 2012 when I met my upline. So he was kind of there with me from the very beginning before I was even a coach. He's an 8-star diamond coach. He has 11 lifetime diamonds. He's 1 star in his 2nd business center, which we're going to talk about tonight. He's a 3-time elite coach. He is a Success Club legend, meaning he has hit Success Club 5 at least 24 months in a row. And he's also a Beachbody Challenge winner. And what that means, guys, is he submitted his results for one of his programs, and they chose him to be one of the $500 winners. His wife is also a 2-star diamond coach. So he's 1 star in his 2nd business center and 2-star for his wife. And that's one of the things we're going to be covering tonight. You know, we talk a lot about the income potential with Beachbody. And really, one of the reasons we have the ability to create this type of residual income, one of the reasons is because we have the ability to, 1, sign our spouse, which is very rare in network marketing, and 2, create more of us. So duplicating ourselves, which is kind of cool, having 2 Shanes or 2 Gregs or 2 Julies or two Michelles. And that's kind of hard to grasp in the beginning. And so some of this is going to seem a little like far away, but I ask you to just take it in, because you'd be surprised how close all of this really is to you. It happens a lot faster than you think. So it's important that you understand it, and you understand early so that you don't make mistakes and lose income, because that's what can happen. So this is kind of your, don't say we never told you, sign your spouse and start your 2nd business center as soon as you hit 2-star. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to hand the floor over to the expert. Greg, take it away.
Thanks, Shane, for the introduction. Couple things. The Beachbody Challenge, I submitted my results 3 years later. So if you guys have a transformation, please send it in. Do it. Okay, so building with your spouse. Shane, I have I have just one screen share I'm going to do with one PowerPoint slide. Then I'm going to explain what we did, and then I'll take you guys into my back office, which is actually your umbrella team, because you guys technically are all on my team. You know, you just have a kick-ass leader between you and me. So that would be her, Shane. So, all right. So when I signed up, what I was told is to sign my spouse immediately. And thank goodness I did that, because if I didn't, I'd be losing a lot. I'd be losing about 50 grand a year right now. So guys, if you have a spouse, a close family member, somebody that you can get that 2nd account, that's going to allow you over time to earn 12% off the dollar instead of 6. And I'll get into exactly what that is in a minute. So let me just do a quick screen share and show you guys what I'm talking about. And if you guys were at Super Saturday, you have seen this slide, but now I can go over it in a little bit more detail. Let me just get it here and share screen and share screen. And okay, So now you guys can see this. All right. So where to sign your spouse? So everybody's business is different. And I had a conversation with Shane about this morning. You know, you always hear your strong leg, weak leg. And guys, if your strong leg is like 2,000 to 3,000 over your weak leg, we're going to look at this totally different. When you go into my business, you'll understand what it is the hell I'm talking about when I say strong, because it's very depressing. Okay. In a good way. But so when you sign up your business, you know, you guys, when you sign yourself up, you've created a business center. That's you. Then you have a strong leg and a weak leg. Now you don't know what that is yet. Hypothetically, the strong leg is going to be the outside leg that shares with your uplines. Now, if you're like me and like Shane, you were placed on an inside leg. So now you don't really have one yet, meaning you don't have a shared leg yet because you were placed on the inside. And this next picture will explain. So as you build, all right. So you can see my strong leg is on the right. Because if you were to follow up above where it says you, it's going to keep following that diagonal plane going towards the top right, okay? So I placed Christine on my weak leg. And this is exactly how my business is set up, guys. It's just actually flip-flopped. My weak leg is my left. So I placed Christine there. That is where no help is going to be. So if you were to look at Shane's business, Shane is placed under Lou in that spouse position, all right, because Lou's not married. So he had to put somebody in that position, and he put Shane, and he chose freaking wisely, let me tell you. So there's reasons why you want to have your spouse on your weak leg. Now, your weak leg could be your strong leg. This is stuff that you're going to work with as you build your team with your upline. Your upline is going to be very in tune with what is your strong and your weak leg. So once you sign 2 coaches, you become an emerald, right? Everybody here knows that, I think. Then you sign up more coaches, and now voila, you're a diamond. And that's great. So it's, you have to make your spouse emerald, and then there's your emerald. Now you're a diamond. So that should be gold, actually. But so now here's the thing. When you have your spouse on your inside leg, there's many, many perks, even right off the bat. Number one, you're going to start banking the volume, which is going to be very little, because on that inside leg of your spouse, you're not going to have anything but just that one coach, right? And then that one coach will probably take a little while to start building. But you're banking all that volume that's coming up that outside leg on your spouse account. That outside leg on that spouse account is the one that says weak leg, all right? So if I want to buy some Energize or E&E or any extra products, what do? I purchase them through my spouse, because my spouse is on my weak leg. So that bumps up the volume a little bit on that weak leg, purchasing for yourself. You guys get that? So if I wanted to buy some E&E, which costs $22, boom, I buy it through my spouse account. And if there's enough volume there, say there's 90 PV coming up that leg, I think it's 20 PV for E&E, bam, I just got a cycle back. So now you could take that $20 price of your E&E, subtract $14, because you made $14 back on yourself. And I hope you guys understand that. It's very simple. Just you're bumping up. It's like a buffer. It's a little place to boost the volume on your weak leg and maximize the compensation plan. And once you start building 3 or 4 years in and you have multiple business centers, then it gets crazy. And we're actually going to dive into that tonight. I'm going to talk about some very high level stuff. This is recorded, so you can go back to this and watch this. All right. So as I start to build now, I'm going to start working on my spouse account. Now, this is very tricky. This is like something that Christine and I have, we discussed and we worked out. Like when I was building myself to diamond, I had her at emerald. And then I continued to hit Success Club 5. Anything extra in that month, I would send to Christine. So if I hit Success Club 5, I had a new coach that was coming on. Guess what? They went to Christine. And guys, in the beginning, that might be a little hard for you to do. It's like, well, shit, this should be my coach. I want him. But you have to look at this in the big picture. You have to look at this 3-4 years from now. So I would give those coaches to Christine. Christine is my wife, in case you guys didn't know. So the next month comes around. I hit Success Club 5. I build the rest with Christine. Now, that's a choice that I chose to make, is to hit Success Club. You don't need to do that. I suggest you do, because that helps your sponsor for Elite and some other stuff. And again, this is kind of a team thing. You want to, your sponsor is helping you, so you want to kind of do something in return. So I was still hitting Success Club, even though I did nothing for my coach because he pretty much quit. But so I hit Success Club 5 each month. Any extra to the spouse. Next month, 5 extra to the spouse. Then I got her to Diamond, and that made me 1-star Diamond. Now I have 2 business centers that are not only Diamond business centers, earning $18 cycles, right? Which is now 12% on the dollar. So if you're a Diamond and you get 1 cycle, it takes $300 in sales to get a cycle, correct? 200 on one leg, 100 on the other. 6% of 300 is $18. I just literally figured that out. David Ingram told me that like a month and a half ago. I knew it was 6%, but I never really knew where it came from. So now with Christine, we're building her business, and she's got coaches building her business. So now when she gets a cycle, I get a cycle. So now it's 18 times 2. So that's 12% on the dollar. And this might be something that you see slow moving in the beginning, but let me tell you something. It gets going, and it gets going quick. It's an added income. Again, Christine, this morning, Christine made $1,503 in her account. $1,503 in her account, extra on top of what we made in our first business center. Wouldn't you like to have an extra $1,500? Right? Who wouldn't? A week. All right. So when you build another Diamond on the strong leg, or they do it by themselves, you're going to be helping your coaches. Now you're a 2-star Diamond. So now this is where it gets complicated, but this is also where it gets fun. And this is where you're going to be working very closely with your coach. And if they don't know what the hell they're doing, go above them. This is very, very crucial when you build when you're building your business, where you place your second business center. Now for me, because I have such a strong leg, and you guys are going to see how strong in a minute, it was no brainer, because I had that power leg that built underneath me. You can thank Don Murphy for that. And so I was instructed, after I still reached out to my upline, to put that business center on the inside of my spouse business center, on the weak leg of my spouse business center. So now, whenever I buy something for ourselves, they go through the second business center. That helps Christine's business center's weak leg, which also helps my business center's weak leg. Are you guys following me? I hope so. Okay. So now this gets really fun, because when you build that to Diamond, that's 18% on the dollar. So every business center, or every cycle that happens down below, you get 2 additional ones. That's why when you see coaches that are, in this business 3 and 4 years, their income just goes to the stratosphere. Guys, that's why. Because the longer you're in this network, the faster it grows. It's a bitch the first year. The second year, it gets better. The third year is when you start to see some real growth. And provided this is, you're very consistent and you're taking this seriously, the 4th year is mind-blowing. Year 5 is world-class. World-class meaning $1 million a year. That's what this will do if you follow the system, and if you do literally what Shane is telling you to do. She's not here to misdirect you guys. She's here to teach you everything Lou and I taught her, and everything Jason Diebold and Bob Lucido and Keith Callahan have taught us. That's how this works. And, since that, she's taken and changed some things and it's only made it better. I mean, you guys are exploding. Okay, so to take this one step further, we build this business center to diamond. Then we work on getting Christine to diamond and 2-star, or to 1-star and 2-star. And that's where we're at. We just opened her second business center, and that second business center is on the inside leg of CBC2. 24% on the dollar. So now we're running, you might, if you guys follow me, and I've been slacking a little bit, I've been riding, skiing all winter, but now we're in go mode. I'm like in my first 2 years in the business all over again, because now we're starting over. I'm reinvigorated on this. We have new crazy products. We want to run this business to diamond so that we can start maximizing the compensation plan. And you're allowed 25 of these things, which is just freaking crazy. I think the most anybody has is 7. That might be Christine Dwyer or Janelle Summers. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I will take you guys into my business center in just a second, but and then you can see it in real world, what it looks like. And I saw Shane, that was talking about ranks and stuff like that. And congrats, I saw you got your 10-star back. I was just looking when I went to the back office. For right now, Christine was 2-star last week. She's back to diamond this week, and I'm at 6-star. I've been at 6-star since February. I'm not 8-star, but it's okay because, you've all might have heard me saying rank doesn't matter. In my case right now, it doesn't. And I'll show you guys why in a minute, but make no mistake, get to diamond. You want to hold that diamond. I had a coach reach out to me today. She's not even on my downline. That, she was upset because she hit diamond in our training that I'm doing with some other leaders. And that now one coach dropped and she lost it and she's feeling down. And I'm like, oh my God, that's part of the business. You just need to push through. I gave her some great information. That's an important rank. Diamond is an important rank. Diamond, 2-star, 5-star. If you can do it, 10-star. I'm not going to get into past that because there's all kinds of debates on 15-star. But 10-star is the ultimate goal. If you can do that, if your business allows it, and meaning if your business is growing and their legs are even, within 2,000 to 3,000 of each other, even 5,000 of each other, right? My business center finished last week at 124,000 on one leg, 28,000 on the other. I got a strong leg. I'm not going to add anybody over there. I can't go to 10-star. I only have 2 diamonds on that strong leg. It's a waste of money. All right, so let me show you guys our business center so you guys can see real world stuff here. I have to stop the share and go back in. And let me raise it up. Okay. Woo-hoo. All right. So look at my volume already, guys. I'm at 82.97 and 14.45. So right away, my leg is just going crazy already. It sucks. The good thing is I only have to focus on one side of my business. So that's cool. All right. So look it. So here we are. And here's Christine. Now, this is the same exact thing as the diagram. It's just flip-flopped. Why Christine created it flip-flop, I'm not quite sure, but hey, she created it. So here's her business. So let's look at her right now. So she's got 1280 and 75, right? So we just cashed out this morning, as everybody knows. So this is going to start to grow. So here's a perfect example why you want somebody at the very, very top. I got Maris LeBlanc, who's a 5-star diamond lifetime. She's currently 4-star. So look at her business, right? If I put her first and then signed up Christine, I would only get half of the volume that Maris gets. Or Christine would only get half the volume that Maris is bringing up because Christine is below. That other right leg, which is this one over here, we wouldn't be cashing in on. So that's why you want your spouse at the very, very top of your inside leg. Okay? Now, as you guys build and get to 2-star, and if your legs are even, it's kind of a crapshoot where you're going to put your business center, because you in any placement, in any coach, anything, you can only be right 50% of the time. And that's it. 50-50 shot, right? When I signed up, you guys know Lou, right? Here's Lou. He's over here. And here's a perfect example. Let's look at Lou. See, just funny here. Look at, see my volume, 1445, 8297, 5478, and 2819. He's got more cycles than me right now. So I put Lou, this was originally my weak leg when I signed him up. I put him on my weak leg. That flipped and just ran away. I couldn't do anything about it. So you never know how your business is going to go. There's pros and cons to every way. There's no, and I repeat this, there is no wrong way to build this business unless you're filling in all these inside spots here with coaches, which is actually what Tracy Morrow did her first year. She told us that at Summit. So like she really screwed up in the beginning because they didn't know what they were doing. So if you're following the system that Shane's teaching you, which is what we're all doing, you guys are okay. So there's no real wrong way to build this business, guys. Please know that. Shane's business is entirely different from my business. Lou's business is entirely different from my business. Everybody is different. My business is similar to some other people, just not those two. Okay, so here's Christine, right? So let's go down. We're going to drill down into her inside leg. Inside leg. And yes, I've had coaches that cancel. We all do. Okay, so here's my second business center. It's lifetime 1-star. Guess what? It's diamond. It has been for 2 years. I don't care. Why? Because it's not near close to capping out at diamond at $2,000 a week. So I'm not going to stress about it. It does nothing for me to have that 1-star or diamond. Absolutely nothing. All right. Christine, yeah, we got to get her back to 2-star if we want to cash in on that bonus. So now let's go down one more. So we'll go down on my inside leg. And I apologize. This might take a little while. And you guys with small downlines, I bet this is just so cool seeing this because I know it was when I was a new coach. But this is what you guys have to look forward to. And let me tell you something. When it starts to grow like this, it is really, really exciting. Really exciting. Not only because of the income potential, but when you see people in your downline, wow, there's a lot of – see, you wonder why my business center, my second business center is not 1-star. Everybody went freaking inactive. Okay, we're getting down here. So I just kept falling down, going down. We're almost there. Almost there. And nope, one more. This is the inside leg of my second business center. And why that is there, I don't know. So here's Christine, right? Here's her new business center. She's not Emerald because this is my PS coach, which I don't know why that's there. So this is our fourth business center. So we're going to be getting that to Emerald on Saturday. We have a coach signing up on Saturday, and that's going to make Christine Emerald. And then we are going to start building. This guy here, he's a CrossFit gym. He gets back from vacation on Sunday, so we're really excited to start working with him. So that's what it looks like in real world. And I know it's tough to see. I wish we could have it all blown up on a projector on one big wall. That'd be so cool. But it's physically impossible to do that. Now, if you have, there's also a way to build this business by placing your spouse on your strong leg. There are benefits to that because your husband or wife, spouse, whatever, may make money faster. But in the long run, you're kind of wasting some volume. I believe there's a coach, I think Nicole Jones has her business is like that. Her husband's at 1-star capped out because they have that power leg. Now, I'm not going to get into too much detail like that because I'm not experiencing that. I didn't build that way. There are coaches in the network that are very good at that, and there are benefits to it. But I believe this is the way is a better way to build because every time I purchase something, I bump up the volume. If your spouse is on your right leg, you can't do that. I mean, there's one reason alone right there. So whenever I have something like that, I had a coach come to me cross-line wanting to know what to do. I actually reached out to some other high-level coaches in the network that have that situation, and I gave her advice based on what they did. I don't pretend to know everything, guys, because I don't. If there's something that I don't know, I take ownership of it, and I go search it out. I don't pretend. If you don't know something, go find it or find somebody that can. All right, so let's go to the top. And all right, so does everybody kind of understand? Let me stop the share here. Does everybody kind of get a grasp on that? This is recorded, and you can go back and look at this. Some of that's high level stuff, and it may seem complicated, but when you're actually doing it, it's not. Like my whole business, it's like a zigzag. I got me here, and it just goes like this. It just goes boop, 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 boop. Hold on, I got a thing coming in. Hi, Angela. Hello, everyone. You still? I don't get that. So stacking, this is called stacking business centers. And I could get into a whole reason why, 15 star, I could build build that one business center to 15 star and capture that huge bonus, as opposed to what I'm doing. Not going to do that. That's a whole nother call. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So you still move coaches over after SC5 or SC10 now to Christine. Great question, Angela. No, we don't. Christine has not hit Success Club at all this year. Here's why. Because my second business center is at the bottom of our tree. So all orders go through there. When except for a week ago when she opened up her second business center. So moving forward, because I'm an elite coach, I am going to continue to hit Success Club because I get a $500 bonus each month I hit Success Club. I'm not going to throw that away. So yes, I will still hit Success Club 5 for the end till out to December. And anything else goes under Christine. However, if there's a great coach that comes on, like I just signed up this gym, I gave them to Christine. I had to swallow the pride, swallow the ego, and like, you know what? I'm doing this for other reasons other than recognition. And I gave her that coach. Now, at the end of December, going into January, Greg will not be hitting Success Club anymore. Why? Because Christine's business center is now at the bottom. So you won't put Greg on stage as an elite coach. My Success Club legend status is going to shit. It's gone. I'm fine with that because Success Club legend doesn't put my kids through college, right? Multiple business centers and building correctly is what does. Krista, I'll get to that in just a second. So Christine, we are building her business next year. Christine is going to be the elite coach. Christine is going to be the potential 10-star diamond next year, not me. I'm going to be doing what I do, running the groups, training the groups. I will not be hitting Success Club because we're losing cycles with her at the bottom if I take on points. And honestly, with this cup challenge, with me hosting a team, we actually lose money. But corporate was all over me to start a team, so I had to start a team. It's what you do. I'm a leader. I have to do it. So we will compete against each other for this month and this month only. I better win. So, and a little friendly competition between husband and wife is pretty cool because we're always working together. It'll be kind of fun to go against her for a little while. I got to be honest with you. So a question came in. I have two coaches. One is, okay, new Emerald as of last month. Congratulations. That's an important rank advancement. One is a discount and one is just starting out. I haven't signed my spouse, but I am going to. Do I still put him on my weak leg? Where should I benefit the most in this scenario? Would I benefit the most in this scenario? Yes. You want to put them on, work with your upline, put your spouse on your inside leg. And your spouse, your upline will be able to tell you which leg that is. Okay, so yes. Yeah, if you have one coach above you, if you have one coach above where you'd be putting your spouse, it's not the end of the world. chances are maybe that's just a discount buyer and maybe they'll be gone in 3 months. Who knows? But if they're just doing 90 PV, makes no difference at all. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But get them on as soon as possible. Any other questions? I can get into the whole emotional side of this, getting, okay, Lorraine, getting into the, working together and talking things out. We did that at Super Saturday, and honestly, that could go on for hours.
Can I interrupt just because I think for those of you that were not in Connecticut at the Super Saturday, Greg, you have that video, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll get that to you guys where it talks about actually working your business with your spouse. For this purpose, and correct me guys if I'm wrong, the impression I get from my experience working with many of you is this is about understanding the basic foundation of why am I putting my spouse on? Why do I have another bag of Shakeology coming in if they don't really want it? What does that mean that I'm going to maximize my income and make more money? My spouse doesn't want anything to do with this, or he's just not warming up yet, and he's getting better. So guys, if I'm wrong, but so that's what I want you to take away from this call. And then for those of you who are blessed enough to have a spouse that either is working the business with you or is completely supportive, then that's awesome, and I will show you that video. Just because your husband or wife is not, quote, working the business doesn't mean they're not supporting us, right? Just because my husband can't log into the back office and he didn't know how to even get on demand to do Insanity 20 minutes ago does not mean that he's not a supportive spouse, because A, he drinks Shakeology every single day. In fact, I probably skipped 3 times in 3 years. He's never skipped. He does Body Beast every day, and I'm on this call right now and he's with the kids, so that's also a way a spouse supports our business. We don't have to be, talking about coaches and prospects and where to put people. That's a whole nother call, and we actually have that, and I'm going to get that for you guys. What I want you to walk away from this call understanding is, why is everyone telling me to throw my husband on? And I hope that you understand now why it's so crucial to have them at the very top. And although 2-star diamond is a really big goal, there are many on this call right now that are either a 2-star diamond or staring it right in the eyes. And so this day is coming, and you will be up, talking your upline saying, okay, I'm opening my second business center. And that will happen within the next year, guys. And what we always do at that point is you're never flying solo. For example, Patty Ryan opened her second business center very recently. The first thing I said to her is, Patty, this is where I put mine, but this is not my specialty. This is where I think it should go, but now I want you to go consult. And I told her to go have Greg look at it, because I'm not going to just pretend to toot my own horn when that's not something I'm comfortable with, and that's going to possibly change the income that she's going to gain. So I'm the first one to say, you need to go where the answer is. And I can give my best advice, and then I'm always going to ask you guys to consult with somebody else, because I think when it comes to a business decision, no matter what, even if they just went to Greg or just went to Bob Lucido, it doesn't matter. I would still say just get a second opinion. With anything, right? This is our money. This is our future. Always get a second opinion. Yep. And the second business center, guys, I guarantee you within a year, a massive chunk of you are going to have a second business center. So I hope you really dialed in and know that this is a call. You're going to say, I'm going to put this on the back burner, and I'm going to rewatch this in 6 months. So make a note of that, because you're going to need to rewatch that. And as you build a team, you're going to want to show your coaches when they're not really sure why they're signing their spouse, why that is. Now, I have a video in the lab, why to sign your spouse. Greg also does a video, why to sign your spouse. It's on his YouTube, Greg Plaskett. Those are important tools that you and your spouses need to watch so you understand. The last thing I ever want to do is ask any coach to ever spend money needlessly. I say that all the time. Don't get something unless you really need it. Samples, you know what? Let's make some money first. Take a thing out of your bag. But I will tell you that one of the most important things when you come on as a coach is that you get your spouse on as soon as you have your first coach.
Yep.
And that you get really good advice when it comes to signing your second business center.
Yeah, and thanks for touching on that, Shane, because you don't need to have don't sign your spouse before you have your first coach. It makes no sense. You're throwing away $16.
Unless they want to drink Shakeology tomorrow.
What's that?
Unless they want to drink Shakeology right away. But then again, they don't have to pay the $16.
No, the coach can just buy it through their coach account. And another thing, too, that you guys should know, Christine did not do really anything with this business the first year. She just, she would talk to somebody here and there and then send them my way. But she really didn't do too much. She just took up, the slack in the house and stuff like that. And then she ended up in Summit 2013 is when she started to really, take over the business and her business. And it was a big, load off of me. But she didn't do anything in the beginning. Your spouse doesn't need to do a damn thing. That's another business center for you to work. It's like your spouse is like your CBC2, your business center 2. And then when you hit 2-star, you open up CBC3. You think of it like that, you don't have to think of it as, your spouse account.
But you never know, 2 years down the road, I
Right.
know that in 2 years, when I retire my husband, that he's not going to be working his end of the business. Just
Right.
like Greg at day one didn't think on day one Christine in 3 years would be working it. So you also don't know how things are going to happen. There's another elite coach whose husband has a landscaping business, and she's like, holy moly, my husband wants to work the business. Well, that's what happens when you bring your husband to Summit. So you just don't know. And so you want to make sure you're building it and building it and building it until, he's there to maybe take it over or she's there to take it over. So you just don't know.
Yep, you don't know.
Lorene just asked a question about.
I did see that. I apologize. Hold on just a second.
Question first in case of the recording you don't.
Yep. So I hit Success Club 10, then put Ben at 5. So the following month, I love the customers. I moved the customers to my second CBC. Does that make sense? Yes, but I think corporate just put a rule on that.
Yeah, but from your husband's account, from your business center, yes. But she's moving them from her husband.
Okay.
I think she's okay then.
Yep, you're okay. Yep.
I don't think they caught that rule yet. So they will.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
So guys, what she's saying is she got Success Club 5 under her husband after she hit Success Club 10. So she hit Success Club 10, right? Then she put the next 5 points under her husband. And then the next month, what she did is she moved those customers over.
He emails them to move, right? Yep.
You know what? She makes more. She's going to make more money if she leaves them on her husband's account. It's her weak leg.
I moved into my second CBC.
No, that's what you want to do because that's the bottom.
It's lower. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, you always want to have the one at the bottom. Yeah, that's great. And I used to do that, but now we get so many. Like I have so many customers. Like it's too much.
I did that for a really long time. I still do it once in a while. That's very good advice. Yep,
that's great.
Anyone completely lost? Because it's okay to say that and chime in. And
yeah, it's okay. It's there was one more thing I wanted to touch on going back to in the beginning. Yes, well, I forgot what it was. You can, when you sign your spouse, now we have the performance line. You could keep that coach. You could keep your spouse active with Energize and Recovery. Or just the minimum of 50 PV is all that's needed to keep that spouse active. You don't necessarily have to have Shakeology.
So maybe we just, now that we gave all that information, because there's a lot of coaches on this call who are star diamonds and have been around for a couple years, and this is the kind of call you need. For everybody else who's like, what's happening? Let's just simplify it really quick for you guys, because this is, like I said, what I want you to take out of this. Does the performance line order count for the Success Club leads?
No, it's only 1 point. The performance line is if you get Energize and Recovery, it's 1 point.
Yeah, it's in FAQ. I don't know the exact breakdown.
Yeah, there was just something posted in the performance group page today about that. Yeah, it's 1 point.
1 point. Okay.
All leads that point.
So guys, what you want to walk away from this call, because I don't want you to walk away and be like, okay, I have no idea what just happened to me, is you're going to sign your spouse, the second coach, right? You're going to hit Success Club 10, and if you end up going nuts and getting to 15 or 20, you're going to put those customers under your spouse, which means all they have to do is, instead of logging into your account, they're going to log into your husband or wife's. Okay. I mean, I'm good if you take that away. I think anything more that we might be losing people, but I think that's the basis, is to know that for example, so I made an extra $1,000 this week between my husband and my second business center. So I have one business center, my husband, and my second business center. And between these two, it was like $640 and $4 something. It's about $1,000. Had those never existed, I would have made $1,000 less. That's $4,000 less a month and thousands of dollars a year. And that's what I want you to take away from this, is that.
And that's just now, Shane, never mind 10 years from now. You know, it's crazy. One question in here. What happens if you divorce? Jessica, what are you trying to say? If they don't want to work the business, what happens to their customers? Okay, so there is a document in the back office on divorce, believe it or not. I'm not going to go look for it. You'll have to go dig it up. It is back there somewhere. I want to say in forms and documents, or you can find out more about that in the policies and procedures, but there is stuff back there for divorce. There's a power of attorney document in forms and documents, so that you can have total control over their business. That's something that you can get on the phone with compliance with Jemima, and she would fill you in on that.
And don't forget, these are your customers, so you would just move them over.
Yeah, if they quit or something, they would automatically go to the sponsoring coach. So it's just like if you had a diamond coach quit, they walk away. Guess what? You get all their coaches and you get all their customers.
Same thing. So you would just move them over. So I wouldn't stress too much about if you put customers under your husband. You would just say, hey, I'm going to move you back. You know, could you switch over to my other business center? Not a big deal. Good question, though.
Yeah. All right.
Good. We could talk all night.
I know. This is fun stuff.
We can hang on here all night. You know that. Yes, Monique. So if you have a coach that quits, okay, so this is me, and this is Tammy, and this is Kelly, and then I don't even know, but let's just say Julie and Michelle. Michelle quits, but Michelle has 3 coaches, so Michelle goes bye-bye. I get all 3 of Michelle's coaches, and if one of them is a diamond, guess what happens? I just rank advance.
Yep. Why
do you think we dig deep in our downline, guys? Doesn't matter if they're our personally sponsored coach. It doesn't matter. No matter where someone is in the organization, they should get equal amount of your time if they want it, and if they're not getting it from their upline. Then there's no reason to not feel like you shouldn't dig deep and help down in your downline, especially because if their upline ever quits or leaves or what have you, they're going to roll up and be your personally sponsored coach.
That's it. Any other questions, guys?
You guys, if you start thinking about stuff, feel free to make a list of questions, and you can post them in the thread tomorrow under maybe the link for this. And Greg is in our page, so I'm sure he would love to spend a few minutes and answer any questions.
Yep, I can do that.
And we're going to keep talking about this. Don't stress too much about it, because that's why you all have uplines and star diamonds. We're going to help you right through it. Why do you think we sign the first 3 to 5 coaches with you? Why do you think we help you onboard? Why do you think we help you understand rank advancing and Emerald? You're not in this alone, but it's just good to be informed and have all of the information. Trisha Bauer, thank you. I can't wait to sign him.
Excellent.
Were you going to sign him anyway, or because of this call? That's what I want to know.
And one thing too to understand, sometimes the husbands will say, "Oh my God, we're spending more money." you guys, you have to understand, and your husbands or wives have to understand, you guys are starting a business. Starting a business takes money. You know, $140 to sign up and then another $50 to sign up your spouse. That is peanuts to start a business. Go start a brick and mortar, start a Subway franchise. It's like $100,000. So it's still peanuts.
That's a good point.
You have to look at it like that. Not, oh, I'm going to become a Beachbody coach. No, I'm starting a business.
That's a good point. And I think the struggle is that not everyone looks at it as a business in the beginning. But if you walk in with that in mind, then you don't hesitate. You get your husband on and you get him to understand that Shakeology is going to improve his life and improve your wallets, because that's what this is all about. And if it's not Shakeology, it could be the performance line. It could be a 3-day complete refresh to keep him active. It doesn't have to be 90 personal volume points.
Right, correct.
Spouse active with 50. Pick something different every month. We want to understand our catalog, right? Every month, say, you know what? I'm going to try the boost this month. Next month, I'm going to get a couple Fixate cookbooks, because then I can give them out. And I'm going to get 4 of those to keep my husband active. Do different things so that you can give real real answers. When people say, tell me about Asylum, you can actually say, yeah, I've actually done it. Something like that. Or tell me about this supplement. Yeah, I can, because I've actually tried Predastra, or I've tried our vitamins. So look at it that way. And yes, it may be a little bit more money now, but you're investing in what that's going to be down the road. Remember, we look at this long-term, relational marketing. We don't look at it as, where am I going to be in 60 days? That's not what how this business grows. And many of you have learned that. I say from day one, you give it 18 months, and that's when you see true residual income, not income, residual income. So they have to come on board with you. So if they're on this call, I'm really happy that they're doing that for you, for your family. And if not, get them to give you 1 hour to watch this recording. All right, anything else? You're welcome, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Shane, thanks for having me. I think I'm going to have you do a call for me now.
I will always do that.
There's a lot of coaches on my team that speak very, very highly of you.
Who, me?
I had one telling me just the other day, actually.
But I want to invite my team to the call. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm just looking. I don't see any. Should I sign my daughter as well? My husband is already one of my coaches. Yes, I always say sign, if they're 18, you sign a daughter. I have a spot for both my kids, actually. I don't know what my plan that far away, but yes, for $17 a month, you're darn right I'm going to hold a spot for my kids. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed on the top of my right leg, it said Donna Plaskett. That's my mom. My mom's sitting on 3,400 coaches. So I have that. I pay $16 a month for that for my daughter. I also have my dad, who's on the top of Christine's inside leg, sitting on my second business center and Christine's second business center. And we have that spot that we could choose to build to diamond and hand that off to my son. I also could build my mom to diamond if need be, which I probably would do if I had 4 diamonds on that strong leg. I would pop my mom diamond for 10 star, but that may come at some point. Who knows? Yeah. All kinds of stuff. There's so many different scenarios, and it changes year to year. Yeah. Like you never know how it's going to build, but it is going to build. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to have the spots and you decide later, but at least they're secured. So yeah.
I mean, it's $16 a month to hold I go to Fang, a roll costs $20. It's crazy. $16 is nothing.
Questions. All right, guys. I think more will probably come up. So feel free to write them in the thread that has this link in Wild Impact. How do you claim the revenue and taxes?
One last thing, Shane. How do I claim that revenue and taxes? Does your mom have to claim that? No, because my mom's not making anything. I'm just holding that spot for her.
I'm not building.
But if she did, like I know some other coaches that their parents are making 6 figures, they just fill out the 1099 and the coach just sends their parents the money to pay it. It's that easy.
Is that right, Greg?
Yeah. like Chris Reed, his mom and dad, I think they each make, or one of them makes 6 figures. So they get the 1099. Chris just sends them the money to pay whatever it is in taxes, and that's it.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
wish I had my parents making 6 figures with this. That'd be great.
I haven't really built my parents. I'm just holding the spot, really. And
Yeah, I am too. If I could recruit like some of the top 10 coaches, then I would be doing that. But I just can't do it.
Right. And Jenny, you can't sign your kids if they're under 18. Sign
Correct.
it and then transfer that to the kid. That's exactly what I did. So I signed my mom and dad. And if I ever want to, they're not great spots. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're kind of inside spots. And so we'll see. But then
Yeah.
I can easily just put my daughter right in 5 years, 6 years. I could just slide her right in.
I'm not understanding what you mean by holding a spot. Marcy, I just signed up my mom as a coach and never purchased anything. That's all it is. And they're not going to get a 1099 unless they make $600 or more in a year. So
you pay $16, and you know what? It's on my mom's credit card. And whenever I see her, I write her a check, or I write her like 3 months of $16. I do the same with my dad, and I pay the business fee, and it just sits there because I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I could probably get rid of it, and I'm like, let me just hold on to it for that small amount of money. And if I decide in 6 years and there's tons of volume and I slide my daughter right in, I just do a coach transfer, and dad goes away and Olivia goes in, and she already has one leg, hopefully in a really great place, and she just has to build one other leg.
Right.
So
like my mom is sitting on the top of my right leg, which is above Lou, Shane, and all of you people. And Don Murphy and all his people. It's just crazy.
That's
so.
Your kids are gonna. You have a great spot. Yeah, mine.
Yeah, well, you are in 2 more years too. Like I'm a year into it, a year and a half longer. I mean, you're gonna have the same thing.
True. Look at there's still 58 people on the call. They either don't want to be rude or they're like, they need more.
No, I know. We had 70 something.
I know.
I wish I could get 70 on my team call.
10 o'clock though. Anything else, guys? These are good questions. I know it seems like a lot, but it's not, because if you're going to do it in steps, you know, I just want you to see like, whoa, in 2 years, I could have 3 business centers. I'll tell you this, it does stink to go into 3 business centers. You know how you guys have to check your back office every day? Try checking 3. That's the worst part. They've got to link them. Eventually you're going to link them. So hopefully you can just do like a little pass over. That is a pain. Wow, but this is check your money. Log back in.
Greg, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
About the taxes, because I know when I get up this call, Sabine's going to say, see, I told you need to check with your tax guy, because you said something very different than I told her. And I just want to clarify, because I was just asked this question this year, actually. My guy at Fidelity told me that if I made money off of my father's account, more than $600, on your W-2, or not on your W-2, on the taxes, or the W-2, it'll indicate this extra money that came in from each body. And my dad would actually put a box, like there's a box there on his tax form, and it says, I did not earn this money, and then there's a line, and you put the social security number of the person that did, which would be me. So I would take the income, and he would not see any implications at all, because my father said he's ready to retire. He's like, you cannot have any extra income coming in my account right now.
Right. Okay, yeah, I've never had that happen because my parents have never made more than $600.
Oh, okay.
So they never get.
Mine isn't either right now, but I needed to ask just because my dad wouldn't let me do anything with it unless I was 100% sure that he wasn't going to see anything negative happen if I did it on that.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I guess there's just, I've never seen it, but the guy at Fidelity said there's just a box at the bottom, check it off, and you can put someone else's social security number in, basically saying, I didn't earn this income, but this other person used my social security number. And it's usually for MLMs, because I went to him and said, listen, I need to know how to do this. So
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
You want to go to a professional, and none of coaches are not professionals. So who knows who Chris Reed's accountant might have said to do that. I would just stick with what an accountant says.
So it'd be like if Shane was my mom. So I built her to, say, $1,000 a week, right? So at the end of the year, she would get a 1099 on that, and she would give it to her son, me, and I say, okay, so I owe so-and-so in taxes. I would just give Shane the money to mail in, and that's all that they're doing.
I'm sure there's more than one way, and there's accountants have all different philosophies. I'll be honest, I don't even know what my accountant thinks because I haven't had to do that, but I'll add that to my list of things of what he would suggest. But you know what, Kelly, he's a professional, so I'm sure that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, I trust him, but we just this year we switched guys, and I met with him face to face, and I told him what kind of line of work I was in, and that my expectation was that I was going to be, increasing my income by X% based on my conversations with you guys. And he actually gave me my quarterlies based on what my income is going to be at the end of the year.
He's experienced in MLMs, like he.
Yeah, he does.
Trust that. Who knows what, and Greg, maybe there's, it'd be nice if there was a really solid answer to that, from Jemima or someone.
Mm.
Well, I mean, what some coaches are doing, if their parents are making money and it's okay for them to make money, so those coaches, I know it's okay for their dads to make money, and they're just paying their taxes for them. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. I'm sure you could do it that way too.
Yeah, he's just writing them a check. Here, Dad, go pay the taxes.
Yeah. Which, that's kind of a pain. But this is a good question. Do you put your kids on your strong or shared leg? See, I would say strong because you're not necessarily building them yet, right, Greg? You're just sitting there. Now mine.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I didn't really, I didn't really do in the beginning for my parents. I only have my mom at the very top because I pretty much told my first coach after 2 years, dude, you're not doing anything with it. It's time to quit. That's what I did. I made him quit, and I put my mom there. And then my dad, I ended up signing up to help get my wife to Diamond.
Right.
But I actually wasn't thinking that far ahead back then. Luckily, my dad is on my wife's weak leg, so we can build that to Diamond, and my wife will benefit for that. But
I wasn't thinking that way either, guys. I put my mom and dad where I needed them. And in hindsight, I'm thinking, am I also going to hold a spot? I would have put them on a strong leg if my idea was to put my kids there. So I didn't do a good job on that, but that doesn't mean you can't build your weak leg and build that side. But I think if I had to do it over again, I'd be holding the spot on a weak leg if my plan was just to hold it.
And Shane, our kids are so young. By the time they move into that, who the hell knows what our business is going to look like? Like you can't even project it that far out. Like, my strong leg could be my weak leg by a couple million a week. You don't know. You just don't know.
If my third business center goes on the inside leg of my second, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that soon.
One other thing, not to confuse everybody, but I just found out recently, and I didn't know this. If you open up your second business center, ready for this one? It could be sponsored by your first business center. It doesn't have to be, if you open up your third business center. So say my second business center goes Diamond, right? Or it goes 2-star. So I open up a third business center. That could be sponsored by my first business center, which would count for a Diamond in my first business center.
Oh.
And that'll allow you to place it anywhere in your tree, not just under your second business center. It's absolutely bananas.
Huh.
Yeah, I just found that out like a month ago.
You would really only do that if you were going for 15-star or 10-star.
Yeah, which I'm not.
So. Otherwise, you wouldn't do that. Right. But that's interesting. It's crazy how you can just manipulate the business.
Yeah.
You can put people. It's very cool. I know it's confusing, but it is a lot of fun. I'm really confused too, guys. I asked about where to place I asked my upline, which was my strong leg for over a year. It's sad. So some of you guys get it like that, and they're like, I don't need to ask you again. I'm like, it's only been a month. I was asking for a year. So please know, if I can figure this out with the help of everybody, because this is a huge family, and so it takes a village to build a 10-star business.
For coaches, like in the beginning, maybe strong and weak leg is probably the wrong term. Shared leg is what you should be talking about. What is my shared leg? That is the shared leg with your upline. Because if you have 2 coaches underneath you, you don't have a strong leg yet. But what is your shared leg? And that has the greatest potential to be your strong leg.
That's good advice. All right.
Whew.
Probably we could stay on all night.
This was 40 minutes longer than my own team call.
It happens. Because we're just hanging out.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, go get some sleep so you can get up and do your power hour.
That's right.
All right, well, thanks for making the call, guys. Just digest it. Just get to your emerald, get your husband on, and you're good. And then you work towards diamond, and then the rest starts to make sense. Trust me on that.
Yeah, you don't listen to go, guys. You don't need to listen to it.
Sabine. Yeah, we're gonna help you. You're just gonna, if you don't know, you're gonna ask your upline. If your upline doesn't know, they're gonna ask the star diamond. If they don't know, I'm gonna answer you, or I'm gonna call Greg or Lou. So it's no problem. Just always ask. And remember, we can always fix things within 3 days, give or take. So if you do something wrong, it's okay, but just make sure you tell someone you did something wrong so we can fix it. Like placement or putting a coach on the wrong leg, or you didn't change your placement and your husband's on your strong leg. Just let someone know and we can have it fixed. All right. Bye. Good night, Caitlin. Good. Great. Everyone seems happy.
Yeah.
All
All right, guys. Have a great night. Shane, thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks for spending
Bye, everybody.
with us. Good night.